So now I would like to focus on the possible solution on gender discrimination. And before I start working on the presentation, I watched several speeches about this topic. And one of the most impressive is from Emma Watson, who was a UN Goodwill Ambassador. And in her speech, she said that no country in the world can yet say that they have achieved gender equality. So from the past until now, we have come a long way, but we have still a lot of to do. So what can we do on gender discrimination? So we can start in different aspects of the society. So the first one is government and education, employment, and including individual. So each part is highly connected with each other. So they just go hand in hand. So now let's look at the government in more details. Okay, so first of all, I think the government should do their best to eliminate the problems of poverty. As Yong said, child marriage is very common, especially in Africa, in Middle East, and in India. Many girls, they give birth or they married before 18, or even when they are only 10, 11. When they are just a child, they already have a baby. Why? Because they are poor and they don't have any chance to control their bodies. So I think if the government can solve this problem, and of course the gender discrimination will be solved naturally as well. And the second one, I think the government should make policy and make regulation in every aspect of society, no matter in education, in workplace, in politics, or in economics. Because the government have great power to control and to solve the problem, and also they have a great power to promote this issue to the public. And also, as I said, because the government have a great power. So, for example, like UN Women, it is an international organization, and their target is to end gender discrimination and create gender equality, and also raise the awareness of gender equality all over the world. And I think this is the possible solution on government. And so now let's move on to the next point, which is education. So in education, I think it is very important for us to put gender stereotypes away, no matter in school or in family, because children start learning gender at a very early age. So I think most parents or teachers or educators, they shouldn't teach children because you are a boy, so you should be strong, you should like superhero, you should like Iron Man, and you shouldn't cry because you are a girl. So you should, as Chloe said, you should wear pink, and you should like princess, and you should like Hello Kitty. Yeah, because normally gender discrimination is start from gender stereotypes. So it's very important for educators to avoid gender stereotypes on children. And also, I think education should be compulsory, especially in Africa, for those children who are vulnerable and who are poor, also who are very weak. Because only when children they are educated, they have a chance to change their life. Because when they are educated, they have more understanding and they have more judgment to recognize what the wrong thing is and what the bad thing is. And also, they are able to make their own decision about their bodies. Yes. And now let's move on to the next point, which is employment. I think it is necessary to provide gender equality training, no matter to manager or all staff, because it is necessary to teach them how to identify the gender discrimination, like sexual assault or sexual contact, and also teach them how to deal with this kind of situation, and also teach them how to prevent it from happening in the future. It is really important. And also, a company should make sure both men and women are paid equally for doing the same work. Yes, and what's more is both men and women should make sure they are treated equally, no matter in recruitment, in training, or in hiring, in promotion. Especially when women they are pregnant, they shouldn't make a decision between work and family, because women also have the right to work during the pregnancy. Yes, so it is very important to treat men and women equally in employment. And now let's move on to the next point, which is individual. And in this part, I think it is really vital for everyone. Yes, for everyone to know and to raise your awareness of gender issue, because maybe one day, you will face this kind of situation in your lives. So you are able to stand up for your rights and you can voice them, because everyone's voice is deserved to be heard. And also, don't undervalue your voice. For example, Me Too is a very good example, because it started from an actress from the USA. But now, many people all over the world start to support this movement, especially in Korea. Yes. And also, the last but not least, I think both gender should work together on it, no matter you are male or female, because gender discrimination and gender inequality is not only women's issue, it's about humans issue. Yes. So this brings me to our conclusion. So to sum up, I think gender discrimination is a very complex and very complicated issue. Yes, because many aspects of society are involved in it. But I think, as Hillary Clinton said, even though gender equality is the great unfinished business of the 21st century, every human being should still work on it, because it is about our future. And that's all we have to say. And thank you for your attention. Does anybody have any questions?